You may know him from the movie Black Hawk Down, but Sergeant Matt Eversmann is the real deal. Matt served in Somalia, Iraq, South Korea, and all over the world, including that harrowing experience in Mogadishu. But one of his biggest challenges came in 2008 when he left the Army and found himself navigating the civilian world for the first time in 20 years. Matt has since dedicated his life to helping his comrades navigate the transition to civilian life, and he's using his experience to support MVP's partners. And he's here to share his perspective today, so welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So let's start with your own transition. Can you talk about some of the challenges that you personally faced?
You know, there's so many, and I hate to say that because it sounds like you're whining, but you know, transition's hard. It's not like hard on the battlefield, dodging bullets and IEDs hard, as much as it's hard because it's new. You know, everything in your adult life changes the moment you get out of the service. And that alone makes it difficult. Going from having a mission to a really different experience that I'm not so sure I understand my new mission makes it confusing. You know, all these things make it so complicated, and ultimately when you feel alone, it's hard to navigate.
And some of the challenges that you faced, I'm sure servicemen and women today are facing, but are there any unique challenges that they have today?
You know, there are. It's a fast-paced, overdrive, over-sensational world that we're in. And I spent more time overseas than I did in my hometown, and to come back and try and board this train that's going so fast, it's almost impossible to do by yourself. And again, if you're feeling alone and confused and can't figure out what this new world's going to really be like, you got to have some help. And we're not prone to ask people for help, which again makes it hard.
Right. And speaking of help, how can companies help ease this transition?
I think the word is equitable. I think companies need to understand if they are legitimately going to focus on hiring veterans, and it's a great pool of talent to look from, maybe we would consider as a company becoming a little more military friendly. And I don't mean just we put a sticker on our website as much as we might change our job descriptions to actually sound more military, so that a soldier transitioning to this new world looks at a job and says, oh, I understand what that means. It's spoken in military language. I mean, that sounds so basic and simple, but something like that would go a whole lot farther than trying to champion great military stuff through website, you know, nonsense that they all tend to do. So I think just little things of sharing that burden of transition with that soldier would go a long way.
And that's what MVP is trying to accomplish too. So seems like there's a match right there. Well, thank you for sharing your experience and your insight.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me, and thanks for all you're doing.
Of course. If you would like more information about MVP and how they're helping to ease the transition from the military to the civilian workforce, visit militaryveteranpartners.com.